everybody, welcome back live at Drew's House Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you are all doing well out there. It is springtime, and I think the weather's about to get nice. I can feel it turning. I got the bandana out. That's usually a good sign of spring. And one other sign of spring is Newburyport softball is off and running. Grace Habib.
That's fine. Yeah.
Nope, I said it wrong. It's Habib. I knew I was going to do it. I wrote it the right way, too, and I said, wait a minute, don't mess that up. And Emma Keefe. Grace Habib, sorry, in the house. How you girls doing?
We're good. How are you?
Are you doing as good as Newburyport softball is? You almost had 10 wins already. My goodness.
I know. 9-2. It's a really good start to the season.
Fantastic. How? What's the success? What's the story of the success so far?
I think that overall this year we're just starting to click together as a team and really come together. The connection's really good with everybody, and we've been working really hard with this particular group of people over the years.
Okay.
It's just a lot of time put in, and everyone's been working really hard. Awesome.
Emma, you two are both seniors, and
yes.
You got some good freshmen that are cooking, or sophomores, younger classmen?
So we have Clara, Riley, and Lila, and they're all doing well. They're all in the field as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Very good. So there are any surprises that somebody was like, wow, I didn't expect them to be a part of this already, but...
Definitely like Clara. She stepped in to pitch for her varsity innings, and she's been playing first base as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the pitchers still wear the mask in softball? Because you can I've always thought
sometimes.
that's a dangerous position.
Yeah.
You can choose.
Yeah.
They give you the choice.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I feel like they shouldn't let you choose.
I know. It's really dangerous.
Do most pitchers wear the yeah?
Most likely, yeah.
Because it's like I've always thought like the pitchers throw hard, and then off the bat it's like
it comes right off. Yeah.
It's dangerous. I remember thinking my sister used to play softball, and I was like, even at a younger level, it was like that. I was like high school level. Never mind. I did bring your dog to work day today. Thank you girls for rolling with it because my dog, my schedule got screwed up today, and I could either leave the dog and have him be mad at me forever, or like take him out on, the nice day. So there we go. He said our dog Mookie's in the house today. So if you hear any barking in the distance, it's probably Mookie. He's roaming around here. Softball season. Who's the coach again?
Robert Gillespie.
Oh, I know. Oh, I do know him. I met him once, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know him well, but
he was in the Newburyport area for like 10 or so years.
Okay.
He's been around as a coach for a long time, but he moved down to Florida, so he's living there in the off season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So he's not like teaching in the schools or anything. I see.
Yeah, he
gotcha.
subs sometimes, but
just loves coaching the softball. A good coach. You like him?
yeah, we love him. He came back just for us, really.
Is that right?
Great. Yeah.
Loved this group of seniors.
Yeah, and the whole team too. It's just
but mostly the seniors.
Yeah, he comes up. He moved down to Florida 2 years ago, and he comes up just for the softball season, just to coach us. So
Okay.
So we appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Very nice. What's the? I have it on good authority that we just went through a senior skip day. Was that accurate? Very good. Started by you two, I hear. No. No. I remember those days. What did people do on senior skip day?
So a lot of the athletes that had games that day, we had a game. So the rule is you have to stay till a certain amount of time so that you're there for the majority of the day.
Yep.
And don't miss too much class, obviously. So most of the athletes ended up just getting dismissed around 11:30, and then we went to the beach for a little bit.
Okay. What beach?
Salisbury.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Salisbury Beach, very good. How is it like the beach in good shape? Because
Yeah.
yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah,
Sometimes
really
these
nice.
early seasons, it's been a long.
Yeah, Plum Island's deep underwater right now, I think.
I know.
Apparently.
I just talked to a friend there. He's fishing today, actually.
Yeah.
He said it's kind of a lot of cleanup to be done, but that's what happens after the long. And it's underwater. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of disappearing, Plum Island, which is also weird. But all right, so you did the beach on senior skip day. I remember those days. Is it still where you can get the teachers involved and everybody knows, and it's not the secret?
They start to catch on throughout the day.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the teacher.
Yeah, it
but
depends on the teacher.
They
most
catch
of them
on
were,
throughout the day before, or
No,
Or
that day.
that
when
day.
I see no one's showing up.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
And then eventually teachers are just we don't have to do anything today, and you can just hang out because there's not a lot of people at school. So
Yep.
it's just a nice day to have at the end of the year.
so it was okay. Nobody got in trouble for it.
No.
No.
It's been
That's
a
fine.
good work. It's always good when those things are no drama.
Yeah.
Good work by the Newburyport faculty and all that stuff. All right, did you play other sports?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both play field hockey.
Field hockey, okay.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Oh, look at that. I was going to say, I think you two
Cal
are.
champs
Yeah.
and state finalists.
Yep.
Awesome. What was that?
Starter on the team.
Very nice. All right, Cal champ. So you win the Cal. Who'd you beat to win the Cal? Do you remember who you clinched against?
It wasn't necessarily
A clincher.
It was
Yeah.
like
I know the game that made us win it though. I think it was when we won against Linfield.
Against
Yeah.
Linfield?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like I know it's kind of one of those weird ones, maybe kind of back into it, but do you have like a celebration for doing that, or was it kind of like you kind of celebrate afterwards? Because
well, I just remember like it was a huge deal because that was like when the ball started really rolling with the team,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's when we all started to realize like that we were going to be really good that year. And
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you go state finalist. That's quite a run.
yeah,
It was a good run.
had a really tight game against Watertown.
Yeah.
For the
I can tell you
final.
more about that.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk more about that, Emma?
They like haven't had a goal scored on them in like 46 games.
Oh wow!
But, like,
oh,
we
I
scored
remember
3.
that.
Yeah.
That became a news story because I work
Yeah.
at the news station in Boston too. WBZ.
It was a big news story, and then
You got the goal?
No, I
Not
personally
you,
placed
but
it.
Newburyport.
Yeah,
Newburyport, yeah.
did, yes.
Wow, I don't
Yeah.
think I did not make that connection that the Newburyport girls broke that streak. Okay.
Yeah, it was a really good game. But
That could have been a story in itself.
I know.
Wow, Chris, so state finalists are very cool. What's the biggest difference between like a field hockey run and softball? Do you see like similarities to like because you're both outside. It's like probably the same vibe when it comes to like crowds, and you kind of probably some days you have to motivate yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the are there more similarities than differences between the two sports?
Yeah, I feel like the just biggest difference is that field hockey is a very team-like sport. In softball, you kind of have to hold your own out there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'd say like it's just like the same chemistry out on the field that
Yeah.
it is on the turf.
And I feel like also like having that season was really helpful for me and Emma as captains because we were able to try to like channel that,
Yeah.
like how successful we were and try to figure out how we could bring that into softball and make our team up to that level because that's like overall what all the captains we all had talked about is really wanting to take things seriously this year because in the last like 10 or so years we haven't even made it past the first round of playoffs, and last
Yeah.
year we made it past the first time in playoffs for the first time ever for our program. So we're really trying to just translate those two things. So it's been good to
So you definitely learned like some leadership skills along the way then, right?
Yeah,
That's cool.
definitely.
What have you definitely? Do you like watch captains as you're growing up, playing freshman, sophomore, and you're like, do you kind of
Yeah.
steal stuff from them like
You
that?
kind of steal some tips and tricks because it's hard to like be a captain to other fellow seniors because
Yeah.
you don't want to like want them to think you're being mean or anything. But like
Oh,
you have
that's
to be
true
a
because
team
you're
captain.
there are a lot of more seniors than just you on this softball team.
for field
for
hockey.
field
more.
hockey.
More
it
field
was.
hockey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. That we actually don't talk about that too often on this. I remember being on the field too, or tennis courts for instance, and there were more seniors, and it's like it is weird being
Yeah.
a captain when there's other people
you
your
have to find
age.
like
You
a
know.
good balance
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
It's like, because they're, on your level, but
Yeah,
not that
exactly.
juniors and sophomores aren't, but, it is.
Yeah.
You can talk, you can kind of shout things more at sophomores, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been here, you haven't. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Well, that's cool. Very good. Do you go to any other, like, sport? Is there, like, another sport right now that's cooking that you like to go to as far as viewing?
The girls lacrosse team's always
Yeah.
killing it. They're amazing. Same with girls tennis. They have had such a great couple years with their like stars, which was Delaney Wokel,
Oh, yeah.
Caroline Solson last year,
Anna Lynch.
Anna Lynch. Unfortunately, she won't be playing this year, but she's great too. So
Is that injury or is that...
yeah, there was an accident, a ski accident.
Oh, no.
accident
Is she
that
okay?
She's recovering.
Oh,
It's pretty serious.
I didn't know that. All right. Well, hearts go to Anna Lynch there. She's been
Yeah.
on the show. I didn't realize that was. Damn. Well, these things that come up during the show. Thank you for telling me that. I'll reach out. Again, Grace Habib and Emma Keefe joining us. See, I did good on the name that time. Once I make one mistake. That's so not true. I'll probably make another one. Newburyport girls softball in the house. Again, they're quickly to almost at that 10-win mark. And do you, at this point, you know what it's like to make runs in field hockey. Do you start thinking about that in softball now? Okay.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
legit. We're winning a lot of games that,
Yeah. It's been a good run for
Have there been
us.
close games here?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Lots of close games.
That's almost better, right? Like,
Yeah,
because
it is.
you want
It keeps
to
you on
win
your
close
toes.
games.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's nice to blow people out too, but when you're winning the close games, it's like that team knows how to find a way to win.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's nice because like I feel like especially our softball team, like we definitely tend to do better when we have good competition,
Yeah.
and we just hold ourselves better. Like it's just good to have good competition because you really hold yourself up to that standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? Softball always differs from baseball. Do you guys roll out like the same pitcher every day?
We do.
You
We
do?
do,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's not-
But there's no like pitch count. You have to be
Yeah.
over.
But that's not necessarily like always the case.
Yeah.
At this level, it usually is just because that's just sometimes how it works with.
Somebody's usually mastered it. And,
Yeah. And
What-
Emily, we have Emily Malidi, and she's
Okay.
amazing. She's been a Cal All-Star every year since freshman year. Like, we've grew up with her, and I catch for her. So it's been like she's really killing it this year.
I should have started with that. Positions in softball are so important. You're the catcher. Okay. So you're calling the game. How does is it, because like I played baseball at like lower levels. Like, is it pretty much signals and fastballs, change-ups, or like what do you?
For Emily, we
Every
do,
pitcher's
like,
different.
yeah, it kind of depends on the pitches that pitcher has developed.
Yeah.
So Emily's pretty like higher up. She has like a lot more pitches developed. She has a fastball, changeup, screwball, curveball, rise ball, drop ball.
A screwball.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the rise ball in softball. That's an effective pitch in
Yeah,
softball.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Thing just takes off. Off the fingertips, I guess I would imagine.
Yeah, it's
It is.
cool. I
Yeah.
could never. It's,
So you can pitch every day in softball because the strain of like a baseball pitcher is not on there. I guess that whole.
yeah, it's not as bad
Yeah.
for your body, but it's definitely takes probably a toll on her.
Still probably get tired,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I always thought catchers are like, especially as you get to upper levels, like the high school level and stuff. Even like in little league, like the catchers, so many times, like one of the most important players out there, handling the pitchers and just being involved every pitch. Like, do you just love that idea of it being involved every pitch?
Yeah, I do really like it. I always say like I don't understand how like I would never if I wasn't a catcher I wouldn't play softball.
Right field would be a problem for you.
Yeah, I don't have the attention span for that.
Yeah.
So I love being involved and like helping make those like important decisions and like really being a part of it. And like often like before really big games, even me and like the other captains sometimes will like look at film and I'll write down like girls' weaknesses and stuff on my arm so that I have like the pitches and everything because I call the game myself.
Yep.
So it's really fun for me because
Yeah, no
I just
coach
have
is
really
telling
big
you what to do, huh?
pictures.
That's a lot of trust in you too.
Yeah.
You guys got the dog there hanging out. There he is. The mookster has arrived. I think he'll just say hello and watch the show for a little bit. Bring your dog to work day. Yeah, he likes a good ear scratch. There you go. Again, Grace and Emma here, members of Newburyport softball. They're off to a great start. And Emma, what position are you?
I'm a shortstop.
Oh, okay. Wow, we got like the two most, still the two most important positions, I would think. Things haven't changed too much since. That's right up the middle. I mean, how much of the action eventually gets hit to you? You think at the high school level, like
Pretty much a lot of it.
you're like involved in every
Just the
play.
gaps,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Definitely.
Does
Very big range too. She's really
yeah.
carries a lot. Not carries, but she does a really really good job in our infield.
And one difference I always recall about softball too is like you get a ground ball to you at shortstop because of the baselines. They're shorter than
Yeah.
the guys. It's like you kind of gotta. You don't have any time to like be patting the glove and going. You got to get rid of that
Yeah,
thing, right?
exactly. It has to be quick and fast.
Yeah, the whole thing. It's why softball's really fun to watch actually because it's
Yeah.
like everything's quick and fast.
Yeah, it's fast paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do the games go faster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, I think we go really fast too because our pitcher Emily, she likes to go like the second she gets the ball, she pitches. Like she doesn't take a lot of time. I know some pitchers like to really take it
Yeah.
slow and like control the game, but I think it's pretty fast for us too.
Huh. The pitcher's pace would make a big difference. What do you think the average game is for you?
An hour and a half. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Hour and a
You're
half.
in and out in 90 minutes?
Yeah.
There you go, fans. Another reason to go watch Newburyport softball. 90 minutes in and out of action. Like, that's been a huge complaint about baseball over
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Just the pace of game. I mean, the major leagues are trying to do everything with pitch clocks, and you don't have any of that stuff,
No,
right?
we
No,
don't. None of those
Yeah.
regulations.
Do you ever get warned by like an umpire, like we got to speed it up?
Sometimes I feel like we never have because Emily usually gets told to like slow down. If anything, 'cause
She
they-
gets told the opposite, really?
sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
because they think like sometimes pitchers can try to quick pitch somebody, so like the second they step in
Oh.
the box, but she doesn't do that. She just goes really fast. She has like a faster pace, so sometimes
Gotcha.
they confuse that and think it's like something to take advantage of the batter, but it's so sometimes they'll tell her to like take a second.
I see. How is the umpiring at this level? It's perfect, isn't it? Good answer, catcher. You know you can't get in trouble. Shortstop, Emma, would you like to?
Yeah.
Wait a second. That is an interesting point, right? You have to like, you can't really like argue too much like if you're hitting, because you got to go right behind the dish again,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't want to screw things up for your pitcher.
Yeah. The thing is too is like, I don't know, at our level, pretty much all of the we have like a cycle of like 4 umpires, maybe 5.
Now you all know
so
each
we
other.
all know them.
Yeah.
And I mean, for the most part, it's fine.
As
Yeah.
long as they don't have like if they have a wonky strike zone, it's fine. But like as long as they're consistent,
Yeah.
that's all that you're
Consistency
looking
is
for.
what you're looking for,
That's
right?
the main thing. We just want
So
consistency.
if you learn their strike
especially-
zone, then you're totally fine.
How do they do about like keeping it throughout the? You see the same umpires. Do they keep that consistency throughout the season? Pretty much, you think, or that's when it
Yeah.
gets weird. Like, what? This zone is completely different than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think they do a pretty
I
good
think
job
it's just
of
like
it.
their personal preference.
Yeah,
and you have
it's
to learn
more
it.
like a lot of the time, like for me, I've learned over the years that if you're a reasonable umpire and you just like make conversation with him and he calls something that you don't agree with, I'll just ask him like, was that a little high? Was that a little outside? Like,
Yeah.
where did that miss? And try to like talk to him.
Which is your way of saying it didn't miss, but tell me
Yeah.
where you think it
Yeah,
did.
just so that you can really like.
Yeah.
That's like a really important relationship I feel like that you need to have with the umpire as a catcher, like framing balls and all that stuff. Like when they
Yeah.
see you putting in that effort, a lot of the time they'll give it to you just because they know you're like really,
Do you have the art of the frame down? Because you've
I like
been
to
working on
think
it.
so. I like to think I have it down.
Is she a
little.
good framer?
She is.
She is. What it's like, what are you looking to do when you frame a pitch? Like, because you don't, like, I see, like, little leaguers. I remember I umpired a lot of little league games back in the day. Those parents are crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
Not all of you. I'm just kidding. But, like, it's intense at that level. But, like, a lot of those little league catchers will, like, and, like, that's not
Yeah,
how
I
you
hate
do it.
that. No. It's like, what I try to do is I kind of start with my glove down on the ground
Yep.
before every single pitch. So, because with softball, the pitches still do come down most
Okay.
of the time, unless it's like a rise ball or screwball.
Yep.
So it's easier to start lower so that when you go up, it doesn't look like you're being dramatic.
Yes. And it kind of, like, comes into you, I guess.
Yeah.
You're trying to almost
Yeah.
let the ball catch you.
Pretty much.
Still glove. Very good. All right. Well, Emma gives you props from shortstop on your framing abilities. Very good. What do we need to do to finish the season strong here?
Just be a team, honestly. Just work
Yeah.
together. Be good defense and offense at all times.
Give me the flaws, Emma. What's the team? What do you see as, like, we got to correct this before we get into, like, tournament play?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if one thing goes wrong, like kind of everything goes crumbling. We kind of have to like learn how to pick each other up more.
Oh, you have a
Just-
collapsibility?
Sometimes,
It's
yeah.
just like what happens too with softball and baseball. It's a very mental sport because
Sure.
it's obviously like a sport of failure. Like literally, to be a good player, you have to fail 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
It's batting wise, so
Hey, you go into the Hall of Fame if you go 3 out of 10.
yeah.
Your whole career.
So it's kind of tricky with that because I mean, mental health in sports is like a huge thing. Obviously, that's super important, and softball is very difficult with that sometimes. And
Because you mean just because it's such a solo, you're like
Yeah.
singled out all the time. You
Yeah,
pitcher,
kind
hitter.
of.
Yeah. It's a
And
team
so-
sport, but it's
yeah, like you just basically, I think we just need to be able to, we do it very well, but we need to continue to do, like picking each other up, not letting us get down when sometimes like we have one bad inning or they start hitting off of Emily and we start kind of getting worried.
yeah.
We need to be able to come back.
Yeah. What's the, would you say are you like a defensive squad? You playing low scoring games or are you kind of out bashing everybody?
I feel like we're very defensive. As of right now, we're defensive.
Yeah, I mean, we have a really good lineup right now. Like this is the strongest I think we've been
Yeah.
ever. So it's all around we're pretty solid. I like to say. I think we have a really really strong starting lineup, and our batting order is great too. Everyone works really hard to string hits together, especially the bottom of our order. Even like
That's important for
Yeah.
make it if you can go 1
they've
through
been stepping
9.
up a lot.
Depth.
Yeah. which is tricky too because a lot of them are underclassmen, so it's really impressive what they can do with these better pitchers than the cow.
You talk about like mental health. I imagine, and you have a lot of underclassmen. Do you notice like some of those kids taking it a lot harder? Like, you're going to have streaks, you're going to go through slumps. Like, you two probably know that at this point in your high school careers. Like, but maybe the freshman or sophomore that's playing has only known success at lower levels, and now it's running into a battle for the first time.
I think it's like probably a really hard transition from JV to varsity, because the competition is just so different. But I think that what I mean by that is just it's really important to have captains or just teammates in general that can come and talk to you and like tell you what they're seeing, tell you like that you're a good player, like give you that reassurance sometimes. Like I definitely would have, like that's very helpful when I was younger, like because it's really tricky to be able to like take that, and especially when you're younger and you're being put up to bat or put in the field and you're given the chance and you mess up, it's like, oh my god, like I'm never gonna like, they're never gonna give me the chance again or whatever. Like it's really like a upsetting feeling. So it can be hard because then if you're like upset, you can't go out there again and you feel like worse, and then the ball comes to you, you freeze or something like that. It's just a mental sport, so you have to.
So you both feel like you're good though, kind of recognizing that, like we got to pick up whoever on this particular day.
It's kind of like you have to like recognize it in yourself first and be like, okay, like I'm a captain before, like I have to think about my team before myself at this point. So you kind of have to pull yourself together, and then like you have to worry about your team. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
no doubt. Yeah, even if because you probably have your own battles. You're like, I'm really not hitting that curveball or whatever, but you know, let's deal with try to pick up a teammate first before we worry about that. I get it. It's all good. What's the if you had to give like a sales pitch to the fan to come out and watch Newburyport softball this year, what would it be? Besides 90-minute games, which I think is fantastic.
Well, we have a lot of incredible people on the team, and I feel like this is like kind of a
that's the draw. It's a fun group to root for.
It's a really like huge thing is like the individuals. Like we have Emma, she just had her 100th hit, which is unheard of.
What are we saving that for the end of the show for? God, Emma, nice going.
Thank you. I mean, like a lot of our players have been on varsity since their first year on the team.
Which I imagine is you.
Yeah.
Okay. Did that in 2 years?
And then like there's Emily, who like she's been pitching with me since we've been a duo since forever, and she's incredible too. She's always been like a player to watch, and she also hits lots of home runs, so that's very exciting.
Very exciting, yeah.
Then we have like our other senior, Kira. She's a great player as well. She's very positive. It's just like an exciting game to watch, and I think people kind of write it off with baseball because it's a little slower moving and not as exciting. But
I don't think as much anymore. I hear more people talking about softball as being, I don't know, maybe it hasn't translated to the high school, but I see softball all over ESPN all the time. And
it's definitely growing. I think women's sports in general is definitely like, on the come up, and I think that's great.
Yeah. I would like basketball anyway, but like the Caitlin Clark thing definitely helped all women's sports, right?
All of it. Like there's so many amazing basketball players this past season. There was so many.
I've been pushing tennis. Women's tennis has been like more exciting than men. Well, I like it both, but for some, was it Nelly Korda? She's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Her brother plays tennis. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
It was very good. One of the top Americans. Sebastian Korda, I think is his name. Well, very good. Good captain, too. You name dropped all your teammates, which I like. Emma, anything to add about the sales pitch?
Yeah, I just think...
come see the shortstop. She's fantastic.
You'll just be entertained. Like, there's never not, like, a fun moment or, like, seeing someone do something amazing.
What are you going to finish with? 100 hits? What's, like, the record?
I actually
I don't think that anyone in Newburyport...
No one in Newburyport...
Is that a Newburyport record?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Do you know you don't even know what you passed?
No.
I think.
All right, Emma, when you get to 100 hits, what I need you to do is find out who you passed, what record you broke, and what like state records you need to go towards.
The only like record that I feel like I've heard is our coach. He's been coaching for like 20 plus years, and a lot of those years in the beginning of his career, he was coaching for girls in New Jersey, which over there it's a lot more competitive. He had a bunch of like Florida State commits, like a lot of girls that played a really, really high level, and not even any of those girls had 100 hits in their high school career.
Wow.
So like that puts it into perspective.
Emma, you're cooking. Well done. Thanks for selling it for us there, Grace. That was good. Emma's modest. Grace said, I'll do it for her. Quick rapid fire here. Final minute. Favorite food? I threw it right on him today.
Sushi.
All right, we'll start with you.
I was gonna say like a Big Mac, but that's
Burger?
sushi.
Both sushi? Okay. Favorite movie?
The Fall Guy, actually.
New one.
Yeah.
I heard it was good.
The Notebook.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
Gossip Girl.
Oh, New Girl.
Favorite musician?
Taylor Swift.
Wow. And now I know what's being played on the team bus. Very good. And last but not least, best advice to give to like the kid that's like 10, 11, 12 that wants to be in your shoes someday and play softball at the high school level.
Just stick with it. There's more good moments than bad moments.
Yeah, and put the time in and it'll all work out for you.
Grace Habib, Emma, I finally got it right after screwing it up at the beginning. Emma Keefe, thank you so much. The Newburyport girls softball team is off to an unbelievable start, and now they look for the fantastic finish to the season, and then I think we'll be following this team in the state tournament. This is the first time we've done a show, I think, with my dog Mookie in the house. Thank you, too, for being so good to Mookie. We appreciate that very much, and thanks to our whole crew. Maeve Power is away today. We got Maya Gassman in the house, Ryan Rothberg, the boss, Sarah Hayden. We appreciate you all. Live at Drew's house. Until next time, peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.